The other Mr. Johnson from Georgia is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I want to thank the folks from Moms Demand Action for showing up today in their red T-shirts with Moms Demand Action on them. And they are not just sprinkled, but they're dominating the audience out here. So your presence is notable. Thank y'all for coming. Director Dettelbach, you're the first permanent director of the ATF since 2015, almost 8 years ago. Isn't that correct?
The first presidentially appointed Senate-confirmed director, yes.
And you didn't get a single Republican vote during your confirmation process, did you?
That's actually not correct.
Well, you might have gotten one.
I think I received 2 votes.
2 votes.
For my
just
confirmation
a mere
from
2 votes.
Senators.
Yeah. And tell me this, sir, you've heard of the MAGA Republican calls to defund the ATF, have you not?
I have obviously heard of calls to defund law enforcement and defund ATF.
Let me ask you this, sir. Let me ask you this. The major functions of the ATF are to reduce the risk to public safety caused by illegal firearms trafficking, correct?
It's to get shooters off the street and cut off the unlawful firearms that enable them to kill people.
And also a function of the ATF, a major function, is to reduce the risk to public safety caused by criminal possession and use of firearms, correct?
That's also one of the things we work on, yes.
And you improve public safety by increasing compliance with federal laws and regulations by firearms industry members, correct?
That's what Congress has tasked us with doing.
Sir, you are aware of the fact that gun violence is on the increase in this country, correct?
The gun violence problem is very significant all over this country.
What would be the impact of the MAGA Republican plan to defund the ATF?
It would have a negative impact on public safety.
It would make us less safe.
I believe that's correct, and it would make it harder for state and local law enforcement to work together with us on violent crime. And we wouldn't be there to help them.
Because it's a holistic system with the federal, state, and local governments acting in concert to keep us all safe. Isn't that correct?
Since I started this business in 1991, that is the single most positive development in law enforcement, is those collaborations that exist now, regardless of administration, between federal, state, and local law enforcement, every day.
Would it be fair to say, sir, that the MAGA Republican plan to defund and abolish the ATF would lead to increased gun violence?
Defunding the ATF would make it easier for people to get away with killing people, hurting people with guns, and it would make it easier for them to unlawfully obtain firearms to do that.
Tell me this, sir. Republicans have blocked the confirmation of an ATF director since 2015. What impact has that had on gun violence in this country?
Respectfully, I'm director of a law enforcement agency. It's very hard for me to estimate the idea of what political differences have.
Yeah, but it's had a negative impact, hasn't it? The fact that the ATF has gone without a director since 2015.
I believe that in the name of good government, that regardless of which party is in the White House, that we should have confirmed directors of ATF. That is my belief.
So, sir, the ATF plays a critical role in protecting communities from gun violence and ensuring the safe dealing of and access to firearms by law-abiding Americans. Isn't that correct?
We protect public safety, and we must respect the Constitution, of course.
Now, why would it be that Republicans would seek to abolish the ATF? Could it be because they want guns to continue to be unregulated in American society? They want to see the Wild Wild West continue, but this time not with 6 shooters, but with weapons of mass destruction in the hands of unfit individuals in our country?
At ATF, what we work on, of course, is public safety. I don't know the motivation of others. That's why I came to this job, is to work with people to try to address problems. I start from the point of view that everybody can agree, no matter what their views are, that we can do more to protect people from violent crime. People may have passionate differences on how to do that. That's for Congress to decide. But I do start from the notion that people want to make our country safer.
Well, I thank you for your service, sir, and I yield back.
Gentleman yields back.